This was inevitable in a massive New York Yankees update. We now know that there are some tough questions that Aaron Boone is going to have to figure out some answers to, and the New York Yankees are ready to put all of that to the test and make a plan going forwards on this team in a big way, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, if you're part of that 74% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe. You guys have been killing it recently. Let's keep it up. Let's keep that grind going and continue having some great time talking about some New York Yankees baseball. But let's jump into it. There's a lot to discuss. Aaron Boone's going to have to answer some tough questions on the New York Yankees over the next few weeks, as we have a major Yankees update right now. As it has been revealed that New York Yankees star Giancarlo Stanton is going to be back very soon with the New York Yankees, and this is going to have a huge impact on the rest of the season. Now look, basically there was a huge report today that Giancarlo Stanton's getting closer and closer, as one day after he took live batting practice, a significant step in his return from the injured list, New York Yankees designated hitter Giancarlo Stanton confirmed that he could return to the team's lineup by the end of May. Stanton participated in batting practice on the field at Yankee Stadium on Tuesday, the first time he has seen live pitching this year after he was shut down at the beginning of spring training with that elbow tendonitis. He saw 10 pitches, hitting a ground ball to shortstop and working a full count walk in his 2 plate appearances against right-handed Jake Cousins. Now, on top of that, we saw that the New York Yankees did move Stanton from the 15-day IL to the 60-day IL last week, pushing his earliest possible return date to May 27th to sort of let things figure themselves out even further. It was a procedural move for New York. The Yankees needed a 40-man roster spot to claim Brian De La Cruz off of waivers, and Stanton was not in line to return before the end of the month anyway. Now, yes, it's the 60-day DL, but as someone mentioned the last time we talked about that part specifically, the New York Yankees, it doesn't mean they just shut Stanton down for the next 60 days. It's basically concurrent. It's running, and it's been running. So he's been on that 60-day DL effectively. He hasn't, but he has, in the sense of now he's on it, but it's still a lot of those 60 days have already passed. It's just that he wasn't on the 60-day DL at the time. So he can come back in the end of May, and that's when he's projected to be back for the New York Yankees. So in around 20 days, we're going to see how the New York Yankees go about bringing Giancarlo Stanton back to the team when there's a lot going on with this New York Yankees roster right now. I mean, you take a look at Stanton last season, hitting a .233 with 97 hits, 27 home runs, and 72 RBIs, having an OPS of 773 and a slugging percentage at .475. And those are great numbers. Don't get me wrong. Stanton's been a very effective DH for the Yankees for years now. But you also look at Ben Rice. Ben Rice has been awesome for the Yankees, hitting at a .254 average, a .904 OPS, a slugging percentage at .553. The man's been phenomenal since getting called up by the Yankees and having his number called to be an everyday player as a DH. He played last year at first base for a bit, but his numbers struggled. He only had a .171 batting average, and now things have really turned around for Ben Rice. He gives him a great lefty bat and is truly the best 22 in New York right now from the left side. You know how it goes. Ben Rice has been awesome for the team this season. He has 8 home runs already. He's really, really killing it, so it makes you wonder, what is he going to do? Now, Rice has struggled against lefties this season, and Giancarlo Stanton rakes on lefties, so there's a good chance that's how they're going to start things, is having Stanton be the DH in days when they're facing lefties, because you know they want to ramp Stanton up slowly. Another big part of this, though, is you do want Stanton in the lineup because what he does in the playoffs. He had a .273 batting average with 15 hits, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs, and 9 runs scored in the 14 playoff games last season for the Yankees, where he won the ALCS MVP award, being the best player on a Yankees team that made the World Series. So it's not, or the best hitter, I should say, on a Yankees team that made the World Series. So they're not just going to throw Stanton out like he's yesterday's news. He had a 1.048 OPS and a 709 slugging percentage. The man just took Aaron Judge's talents in the playoffs when Judge could not find the ball. Giancarlo Stanton stepped up and played for both of them, and he was huge in this role with the Yankees. But you look at everything and you sort of consider the fact that, what are you really going to do with Stanton? There's not really a spot right here, and Joe Torre will always say that it works itself out, but you do wonder. In regards to De La Cruz, he's not had a good season. He's been below average on all of his averages across the board. Only a 453 OPS and 240 on base percentage. Numbers are down at a 191 batting average as well. De La Cruz is struggling, but the Yankees see something in him, whether it's just depth in the outfield position for a guy who will mainly be with the Rail Riders, or just another outfielder that you want onto your 40-man roster, or if they see something specific in him. We'll see how the Yankees go about having De La Cruz on the team. We'll see if he's here for the longer term, aka for the rest of this season, or maybe not. It's all just a big question that we have to see get answered for the Yankees, but they did move Stanton to the 60-day DL so they could add De La Cruz, so they clearly like him, is what we do know. So things have gotten very, very interesting very quickly for the New York Yankees, and there's been just a lot of reports on this. And it was also mentioned by Jorge Castillo that Stanton, who's 35 years old, said he expects to go on a rehab assignment. He said he did not have a target date for starting one and didn't know how long it would last. But Aaron Boone said Stanton likely won't need a long rehab assignment because he doesn't play a position on defense, being that he's just a DH. He'll just need a few warm-up at-bats, and then they'll get things rolling. On top of that, Stanton himself said, it depends on what kind of arms I get available for live batting practice sessions and how I feel at those at-bats. If I'm out there, I'm good enough to play, and there's no levels to anything else. Now, Aaron Boone said, I know when G's in there, he's ready to go. He's not going to be in there if he doesn't feel like he could really be productive. So I know when that time comes, when he's ready to do that, we should be in a good spot. And hopefully we've done some things the latter part of the winter and into spring that'll set him up to be able to be physically do it and withstand it. But also understanding he'll probably deal with some things. So all of this to me screams that they are going to do a bit of a hybrid situation here. That's at least my guess, is that Stanton will face lefties at first. Meanwhile, Ben Rice will face righties. And then eventually they'll move from there. I mean, say Paul Goldschmidt, who's 37 years old, goes down with an injury. They'll have Ben Rice play first base, or if they just want to give Goldie a few days off here and there, Ben Rice can go there, Stanton can DH, and they can kind of rotate with those three guys as well. You also can always have, like, you just look at other off days for guys. Like if Aaron Judge is going to have an off day or something, Stanton can DH there, and you could have Trent Grisham, Jason Dominguez, and Cody Bellinger in the outfield if one of those guys is getting a day off. The Yankees have a lot of different moves they can make, but this is a very deep team and has a lot of guys who deserve to play. So it does make things a little bit interesting to see how the New York Yankees are going to go about this. I'm interested in seeing where it goes because right now there is not a clear answer on what they're going to do. Aaron Boone says that it's all going to work itself out the way that Joe Torre does. It's a matter of seeing if that actually happens or if there's going to be tough decisions that have to be made. I mean, you can't bench Stanton because considering the fact that he's so good in the playoffs, and it's hard to bench a guy like Ben Rice, who's been very, very good thus far into the season as well. Paul Goldschmidt's been good, so you can't bench him and have Rice go to first base. There's just a lot of spots. Also, you have four legit outfielders who deserve to play. I mean, Aaron Judge is the MVP. Cody Bellinger makes a lot of money despite the fact that he struggled for the most part, given he is picking it up a little bit. Trent Grisham is the greatest player of all time, and on top of that, you have a young rookie in Jason Dominguez, who's one of the biggest parts of the Yankees' future. So it just makes things tough right now for everyone involved, with the Yankees having to figure out depth. But what do you think they should do? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.